14th May 2008. The construction of Kankerbag flyover begins. It begins as a challenge in terms of construction and time constraint. The challenge was to complete the flyover in 12 months and the constraint without any disruption to the massive traffic. Brains got cracking and engineers took up the cudgels to complete it within 12 months. The work began in right earnest. Big machineries were put in place. Lot of material was dumped. Curious, people wanted to know what was happening. The construction of Chiraiya Tar flyover had just finished. The side lanes were prepared for an uninterrupted traffic flow. The boards of the bridge drawings came up at the side. The nearby area was filled with excitement and a bit of despair. Excited that the area was being given a facelift and despair that this would impede the movement.
हर एक फेज में स्टेज वाइज आता रहा है और सॉल्व भी किया है। जैसे ट्रैफिक को डाइवर्ट करना, हमने उस एंड से काम स्टार्ट किया। ट्रैफिक को पर्टिकुलर किसी लेन में डाइवर्ट करते रहे, क्योंकि ट्रैफिक ये बहुत ही क्रूशियल पॉइंट ऑफ पटना है। ट्रैफिक को कभी बंद नहीं किया गया यहाँ पर।
Hundreds of laborers working day and night. The work began at breakneck speed. It was a challenge for both the engineers and contractors to complete the bridge in time.
सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज है इनकम्बरेंस फ्री साइट नहीं होना। दूसरा बिंदु है कि हमारे जो मटेरियल्स है, जो निर्माण सामग्रियां हैं, उसको रखने का जगह नहीं होना। अगर एक जगह होता तो हम एक बार प्लान कर करके पूरे ब्रिज के लिए मटेरियल इकट्ठा करते तो काम करने में सुविधा होती।
3 months from when construction started, work was going on as per schedule. Constant monitoring at all levels made everyone happy that the work was on schedule. 4th of January 2009 was a still winter night and fog had engulfed the entire city. Being the first Sunday of the new year, people were still celebrating New Year. By 8 o'clock in the night, one could not even see hand to hand because of the fog. The workers from the night shift had just finished the staging, concreting between span number 24 and 25. After the satisfying day's work, everyone left to have dinner before the next shift could commence. It was after 9 o'clock in the chill and silence of the night. There was a muffled thud sound. The workers rushed towards the sound and saw the structure that they had completed had come crumbling down, a mud house in floods. There was panic and there was chaos. The news travelled far and within an hour's time there were engineers, labourers at the site. Almost everyone involved in the construction of the flyover. There was disbelief in everybody's eyes. How can this behemoth collapse? The night was slow to end. The dawn of a new morning, there was a crowd speculating about the turnaround of events. Conclusions were coming thick and fast. It was a great setback for the engineers involved. Engineers and experts from IIT Roorkee and Kharagpur were called to investigate the reasons for the collapse. And lo behold, the reason was at the site. The night being a foggy one, a monstrous truck had dashed into the staging, and the soft and green concrete came crumbling down. The morning saw the fallen concrete solidifying. This created more panic. It was now more difficult to remove the solidified concrete. The engineers were consulted, the contractors came in, and everyone had one reply: "No problem, we will do it." The challenge was still on.
I still remember standing there and inspecting the site. I had two challenges in front of me. One, to get it examined technically, whether there was any structural defect or any technical deficiency because of which that incident had happened, that accident took place. And second, and more important, was to boost the morale of the employees, simultaneously to allay any doubt, any fear. I convened a meeting of the media people in Patna, and I'm really grateful to the government for the trust which they had in our corporation, and because of this trust we were able to start the work again.
Exactly 12 months from the day the construction of the bridge had started, it stands tall and erect, cocking a snook at everyone who had taunted the engineers about completing it in time. The mishap and loss of almost a month's time proved to be no deterrent. It is worth mentioning that it is concerted spirit of all the people involved that the Kankerbagh flyover stands tall in all its glory. As we end the story, one is forced to recall the story of the dispirited King Arthur and the spider, who would cast its web, fall to the ground, and again cast its web till it was successful.
For this completion of one of the most prestigious project, Kankerbagh flyover, I must give my compliments to this team. Executive Engineer Mr. R.P. Singh, Mr. Birendra Prasad, Mr. Alankar Sinha, Mr. Sanjay, Mr. Sanjeev, the Navyuga team, and of course the people of Kankerbagh, the people of Patna, friends from media and the government for their support.
As Shakespeare has said, "Smooth runs the water where the brook is deep."